The Young and the Restless Tuesday update, May 19th, 2026. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today is a beautiful day to dive into some intense Genoa City drama. I am typing this up late at night after watching the latest episode, and I just need to get these thoughts out of my system. Grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's get right into it. I cannot believe they are doing this again. Seriously, I am sitting here staring at my screen and I just want to throw my remote at the wall. Because honestly, the writers are driving me absolutely insane right now with these storylines. I mean, we need to talk about what is happening with Jack, Diane, Phyllis, and Devon because my blood pressure is completely through the roof. React first, explain later, right? So let me just say that Jack Abbott is an absolute fool. Diane is a massive hypocrite, and Phyllis is literally digging her own grave. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, back to the point. Let's start with the Abbott mansion because that place is a total circus right now. I'm sorry, but am I the only one who is completely baffled by Diane Jenkins Abbott right now? The woman has been playing the ultimate victim card for weeks, and it is exhausting. Like, Jack was drugged. He was literally the victim of an assault by Patty Williams on that random yacht. Patty literally snuck onto that boat, drugged him out of his mind, and Diane acts like Jack was swiping on Tinder and looking for a fling. It is infuriating. I've been watching this show since 2015, and this is honestly one of the most frustrating things they've done with her character. They always make Jack the bad guy even when he is the victim. And now, suddenly, she has a nightmare where Jack actually starts a real romantic relationship with Patty, and that is what makes her wake up and realize she needs to show some compassion. A nightmare, not the fact that her husband was victimized. I mean, I am glad she is finally ready to talk to Jack and work through their marriage issues, but the route we took to get here is just absurd. And of course, Jack and Kyle are just absolutely thrilled that Diane is finally thawing. Kyle is practically throwing a parade because he has been terrified that his parents' marriage is going to shatter into a million pieces again. But Kyle is actually being the only voice of reason in that house right now. Because Jack, in all his infinite wisdom, has decided that the best way to handle this entire mess is to get revenge on Victor Newman. Yes, you heard me right. Jack wants to use Patty Williams' unhinged, dangerous, obsessed Patty to destroy Victor and Nikki's marriage. I mean, what is he thinking? Kyle is begging his dad to drop the revenge plot and stay as far away from Patty as humanly possible. And Kyle is 100% right. You would think Jack would have learned his lesson by now. Remember when they tried this kind of revenge plot years ago? Yeah, didn't work then either. Jack is playing with absolute fire. Patty is not some pawn you can just move around a chessboard. She is deeply and violently obsessed with Jack. Remember when Patty poisoned Summer years ago? Yeah, didn't work out well for anyone. If Jack tries to manipulate her into targeting Victor, it is going to blow up in his face so badly. Actually, part of me wants to see Victor squirm because Victor has been so arrogant lately, especially with how he's treating Nick. But using Patty? No, just no, Jack is going to end up getting himself, or someone he loves hurt. He needs to listen to Kyle, focus on his wife who is finally giving him the time of day, and leave the mustache alone. But we all know Jack can't resist a war with Victor. Okay, let's pivot to someone who is making even worse decisions than Jack Abbott. Phyllis Summers, I can't even with her right now. So Phyllis has this grand plan to use Matt Clark as leverage against Victor. She had Matt tucked away in a room at the GCAC, supposedly keeping him under wraps so she could trade him to Victor to get Victor to drop those insane AI-generated false charges against her. But what does she do? She leaves him alone. She leaves a dangerous, supposedly amnesiac villain alone in a hotel room. And guess what? He wanders off. I mean, seriously, Phyllis. For someone who is supposed to be this brilliant, scheming mastermind, she is acting like a total amateur. She is in full panic mode now because Matt is missing, and if the Newmans find him first, her entire leverage is gone. Because here is the thing, the stakes for Phyllis could not be higher right now. Victor wants his empire back, and he has been squeezing Phyllis so hard with that fake evidence. But now, Nick Newman has apparently stepped in to try and broker some kind of side deal where Phyllis gets to keep Newman Enterprises or at least Summers Corp. It's getting so messy. Nick is dealing with his own massive issues right now. What with his drug addiction spiral and Victor breathing down his neck, but he is still trying to clean up Phyllis's mess. Nick always tries to be the hero, but he is in no condition to save Phyllis from Victor's wrath right now. But that deal completely hinges on her being able to deliver Matt Clark. Victor needs Matt, Phyllis needs Victor to back off, and Nick is just trying to keep everyone from killing each other. So Phyllis is running around Genoa City like a headless chicken trying to find Matt. And we know how this is going to end, right? Because I have been reading the spoilers and keeping up with the timeline. And this desperate hunt for Matt is what leads Phyllis to do something completely unhinged. She's going to find him, kidnap him for real, and drag him to a dark basement to force a confession out of him. But she doesn't realize that Sienna Bacall is stalking them. Sienna, who is apparently Matt's fiercely loyal, fanatical follower. Phyllis is going to get attacked from the shadows, knocked out cold, and Matt is going to get rescued. I am dreading it, but I am also kind of here for the drama. Phyllis has pushed Michael and Lauren away. She has isolated herself, and now she is going to face a dangerous new enemy completely alone. It's tragic, but she brought it on herself by not listening to anyone. Finally, can we please talk about Devon Winters? Because I am so close to being done with him. Devon is setting up a meeting with Mariah Copeland at her mental health facility. And guys, I am terrified of what he is going to do. Is he seriously going to march into a psychiatric facility and demand that this deeply traumatized woman face prison time for kidnapping Dominic? Because if he does, I am going to scream. Mariah is sick. She had a massive psychological break after acting as a surrogate. She didn't maliciously steal a baby out of spite. She was suffering from severe postpartum psychosis and trauma. And what about Tessa? Tessa is visiting her wife, trying to hold their marriage together, while dealing with her own confusing feelings for Daniel. The last thing they need is Devon throwing legal threats around. I know some people are loving this ruthless billionaire era for Devon, but personally, I think he is being a massive hypocrite. He has made his own share of terrible mistakes, but the second someone else messes up, he brings down the hammer. Abby is literally Dominic's mother, and even she is saying that Mariah needs hospitalization, not a prison cell. Sharon is begging him to show some mercy. But Devon is just so rigid and angry right now. He is taking all his frustration out on Mariah. It breaks my heart because I love Mariah and Tessa, and they have been through enough. If Devon pushes forward with this legal petition to send Mariah to jail, he is going to destroy whatever is left of his relationship with Sharon and Abby. So where is all of this going? I predict Jack is going to ignore Kyle, use potty, and it's going to result in a massive disaster that might actually push Diane away for good. Phyllis is going to wake up in that basement with a massive headache, no leverage, and a target on her back from Sienna. And Devon? I think Devon is going to look Mariah in the eyes, see how broken she is, and maybe have a change of heart. Or maybe I'm just being too optimistic because this show loves to torture us. Either way, I am strapped in for the ride. Let me know if you guys agree with me or if I'm just losing my mind over here. I need to go drink some water and calm down before tomorrow's episode.